What the hell? Oh, that's good. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Above Average Baseball Show with your host. That's me, the King Source. You can see on the screen our agenda for today. We're going to talk about Mad Bum's weird ejection. It was weird. And about baseballs, we're going to keep talking about this, keep harping on this until baseball does something about this. And I have no clue what's going on up there, what the video errors are. Let me see if I can fix that real quick. Okay, that's a little better there. And then we're going to talk about the Red Sox and how bad they are. Talk about the Pirates and the Reds, two terrible teams battling out for worst in the NL Central. Talk a little bit about the Yankees and the Dodgers. And then anyone was stealing my idea. They did. I'll show you. And Mariners top prospect debuting tomorrow. Getting called up. That's kind of exciting. Then the Yankees-Rangers games. Well, I've got an update on them. We know when they're being played. We'll get into that. Current top trade candidates. The Yankees controlling the AL East. And then we'll take a look at baseball standings. And then we'll go to our question and answer session. It'll say wrap up on the screen, but that's for questions and answers. So, what in the world? There we go. Mad Bum coming off the mound for the Diamondbacks. Pitch a pretty good game. They come to check him. Something happens here. He blows up, gets ejected. What in the world? Seriously. What? I don't get it. I don't get it. I could not show the video on this, or else the video would have been demonetized. But what? What? So weird. So weird. I'm still not sure what to make of it, what to think of it, anything. It's bizarre. Bizarre. It's one of the worst, weirdest ejections I've ever seen. I'm not sure what Mad Bum said to the umpire to get ejected, but he did. So, players, coaches, managers, everybody is now confirming these balls are dead. They're not coming off bats the right way. We've got players say they thought they nailed the ball and didn't get out there and know what to think. Numerous players, including Judge and Stanton and Harper and Soto, etc. Yeah, the balls are still the dead balls. I think some players are thinking the live balls because we're seeing some drives don't make sense the other way where they're going too far. Others, they're going too short. I don't think MLB fixed anything or changed anything. If we're being honest, dead balls are still an issue. For the sake of the camera, I think we're going to make a change here. I just want to see if this will make it look any better. Yeah, it makes it look a lot better. Okay, we're going to go with that one. There we go. So yeah, the balls, they're still dead. Something is off. Here, something needs to be done here. Go back to the regular balls only. This is not fair. They can rig games by doing this. What are the balls? How are they dead or live? That's a dead ball. That's a live ball. Now, the color does not mean anything. The reason is, you look at those seams. Seams on this one a little bit lower. But it's not just that. This one is bound. It's just a twine ball inside there. That's all it is. A twine ball bound tight. This one actually has a rubber core in there. And it flies off the bat. See if you can tell the difference in sound. See how that one's absorbing it? A little bit louder sound. Because the twine ball absorbs it. The other one doesn't. Also, this is hard, solid leather on that ball. This one is not. Much softer leather. I mean, it's going to jump off the bat more. So there's a few ways they can do it. Also, as I've been harping on, and I'll go ahead and do it again. Remember, back in the 70s, Japan perfected a ball flight control system. That's why they got Sadaharu O, over 850 home runs, over 800 as well, is with that system. So keep that in mind. The balls are rigged. And who knows what kind of swings and standings this is making. Who knows? The Redsox are flopping massively. We'll get into the standings later, but they are 10 games behind the Yankees already. And they're not playing good baseball. Trevor Story, batting 200 and struggling to bat 200. They're already talking about trading Bogarts. And that story I broke about the Yankees working on it, that was the Red Sox lying for my top Yankee source, trying to get other teams interested, trying to get the talk started. They realize they're not going to be able to keep him and Devers, so they'll probably keep Devers and trade Bogarts. They already have Story, might as well move him over that $100 million contract to shortstop. Bring somebody else to play second base. So they're going to get rid of Bogarts, so expect him traded soon. Exactly when, not 100% on that, but expect him traded soon. I would guess somewhere between now and the end of June, be my guess. But they've decided to move on from him and try to extend Devers. Pirates better than the Reds? I do have a bump right there. Reds beat the Pirates 92 today. That's only the fourth win of the season for the Reds on a historic losing pace. But the Pirates still a bad team. They tricked everybody. Not me. I was skeptical. But a lot of people. So the Pirates still a bad team. They got pummeled by the Reds. Yeah, we'll see. Baseball is the Yankees are the best team. They continue to be the best team. We'll get more into it when we get to the standings. They're winning at a high clip. They beat the Jays 2 out of 3. Who called that? Who called that? I said during my show last week I expected 2 out of 3 for the Yankees. Now 4-3 against the Jays on the year. It's the only thing to do. Keep taking 2 out of 3. They'll get 100 wins without even trying. How about the Dodgers? Best pitching in baseball by a wide margin. Yankees second best. Yankees giving up 70 runs. Dodgers down about 45. A little bit fishy, but yeah. They have separated from every other team in baseball being the 2 best pitching staffs. Looks like it's setting up the Dodgers versus Yankees in the World Series. The same thing baseball was trying to set up in 2017. The Astros cheated to stop it. And then again in 2018 before the Red Sox cheated to stop it. Kidding me? Are they going to set it up this time? MOI News blatantly stole my idea. What I did was that. Notice the first person they just added. Bad Dog is another new addition for MOI News TV. And MOI News TV and MOI News are two different entities, two different companies, by the way. Pete is MOI News TV. Felix is MOI News. So keep those separated. Just a second. So, Stacy, I know who that is. I know who she is. I've been interacting with her for 10 years on Twitter, Yankees Twitter. The idea was I've been talking, I'll be the only podcast out there, talking about having a girl join me and do a podcast with me. Okay? And now they do it. They stole my idea. I talked to YouTube about it, filed a complaint. YouTube said they will demonetize any video she's in. That doesn't tell me anything. That literally does not tell me anything because I found out over half the money you make is donations. But that makes me a little bit mad. They stole my idea. And by the way, she is going to be a flop. She's not the right one to pick. If I was going to pick one, it'd be probably Erin. No, Erin lives in New York. Adorable little blonde. Have her on. Something like that. So, Mariners' top prospect is debuting. Right there. George Kirby, right-hand pitcher. Debuting for the Mariners tomorrow. He'll be starting. I'm excited for this one. This guy projects to be the next Roger Clemens. That 96 and 98 heavy fastball. Good breaking stuff. Could go out there and get you 15 wins a year. So, exciting for me, exciting for the Mariners. Yankees-Rangers games are postponed till Monday. And tomorrow. I should say. A Mother's Day doubleheader tomorrow, and then the game Monday. So the off day tomorrow, or Monday, excuse me, poof, gone. Okay? Is this thing fritzing out all the way over here? Yeah, a little bit. But yes, last 2 days it was rained out, just bad weather. They should be able to get the doubleheader tomorrow without an issue, and get the game on Monday without an issue. Start times, let me check. I had not seen him last time I checked. Let me go check again. Let's go here. Giving me 11:35 a.m. and 3:05 p.m. That's Mountain, so we're talking about 1:35 p.m. and 5:05 p.m. Eastern Time for the doubleheader there. So let's go check on Monday what they scheduled that one for. And both teams had an off day Monday, so they were able to do this. And the Rangers aren't going to be anywhere near New York, so they had to get rid of the off day. On Monday, 11:05 a.m. So it's going to be a day game, and it should be a sunny day, about 60 degrees. Luis Severino will be on the mound for that game. Rangers undecided. The two games tomorrow. Cole versus John Gray. John Gray's 0-7.50 ERA. Yankees should knock him around. Then Dane Dunning is pretty good against Jordan Montgomery. He was better. So Yankees got the pitching advantage all 3 games. This series, a sweep. That's what I'm expecting. So what are the Yankees doing after that? Let's go ahead and take a look at that for a little bit. They host the Blue Jays. Another chance to beat the Blue Jays, knock the Blue Jays back in the division. The Yankees need to take advantage of that series, win at least 2 or 3 again. So keep that one in mind. And then Friday, the Yankees head to Chicago to play the White Sox, who are struggling this year, one of the surprise teams in baseball. So kind of look at the upcoming schedule for the week. We won't project that one out more than a week. So let's go ahead. Current top trade candidates. We'll talk about 5 of them. So 5. Number 1 is Trey Mancini. Number 2 is Cedric Mullins. Number 3 is Brian Reynolds, believe it or not. That's coming back, and the Yankees are the leader for him. They're going to try to get him. Number 4 is going to be a Marlins pitcher if they don't continue competing. So it's kind of an iffy one on that one. We'll see. Number 5, I'm going to stick with 2 players, Frankie Montes and Sean Murphy, 2 of the ace players. So that's kind of look at what we can expect to be moved come the trade deadline. The A's are bad enough, they're gone. They're trading those 2 players, trying to add more to that team. I expect that Kyle Higashioka could head out to the Oakland, although they got that big-time catch-up prospect from the Braves, that I was told the Braves aren't trading under any circumstances for anybody. And all of a sudden they traded him. It's what it is. So there's a look at him. Mancini is going to be 50-50 depending how well he's playing. And that Mullins, I'd be surprised if he doesn't get traded. I would be surprised if he does not get traded. So that's kind of a look at it. Brian Reynolds, the Yankees have an offer on the table right now. I've been told it is somewhere in the neighborhood, the vicinity of Joey Gallo and Torres would head to the Pirates. So the Pirates get him a good infield there, a free outfield because Yankees eat their contracts. And 2 prospects. The prospect would be a pitching prospect like Luis Gil or Luis Medina, and then just a low-level player. And that seems fair. It'd be the best offer they've gotten yet. So keep an eye on that one. Anything else I'm hearing about the trade? Luis Castillo is not pitching well enough to be traded. Let me go pull up his stats and get a good look at this. I want to have a good look at Luis Castillo and just see exactly how well he is pitching. Or not, because, yeah. Pitching. There we go. Luis Cessa's pitching pretty well for him, but that's not saying much on that team. Luis Castillo, I don't even see on the Reds roster right now. He must be on the IL. He must be on the IL. He has not pitched at all in 2022 yet, so he must be on the IL. Has a career worst 8-16 record last year. His ERA spiked to 3.75 or 2.65 the year before. I still don't see him moving, but the right team, say the Yankees, would get a hold of him. Look out, look out. So, let's move on. Yankees are controlling the AL East. They're dominating the AL East, shall we say. They're up 2.5 games on everybody. Start to put a gap there. If they can beat the Jays again in this series, go 2-1 against them, get it to 6-4 against them, they would add another game to the lead, shove them further back, start to set their dominance on the division. They just beat them 2-3 in their stadium in Toronto, so the Yankees could turn around and sweep them in this one. Playing the Rangers and sweeping the Rangers, it's got to be the catalyst of getting them momentum going into that series. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the standings here. We'll start with the AL. The Yankees are up 3 losses over everybody. Doesn't matter if Tampa Bay has 17 wins and illegally. They're not going to win any of those 5 games they won. They should be 12-15 at best. Blue Jays about right where they should be, actually. You can't see the last column out there what gives what the record should be. The Yankees should have over 20 wins according to the metrics. But the Yankees are 3 losses up on everybody, 4 up on the Blue Jays. So if they can get 2 out of 3 against the Jays, put them 5 losses out, they've got a gap. And then, of course, you got the Baltimore Orioles of all teams in 4th place. Yes, they're ahead of the Red Sox. Look at the Red Sox, 10 in the loss column out. So the Yankees have already knocked the Red Sox out, giving them the knockout blow. And again, the Yankees only allowed 70 runs. Everybody else is 20-plus runs worse than the Yankees in that one. Now, the Yankees played less games because of the rainouts, so we'll see come on that one. Look at Minnesota Twins are leading that division by 3 games. A little fishy, a little suspicious if you ask me. Just added Correa and the 2 veteran pitchers, and Sonny Gray hasn't pitched yet. Cannot get them that many wins. It cannot let them play that well. Okay? Then you got the Guardians at 12-13. The White Sox at 12-13. Yankees playing the White Sox here into this week. Then you have the Royals, and next week I should say, at 8-15, and then the Tigers at 8-17. Kind of rounds out that division. The White Sox are playing suspiciously bad. The Yankees getting them at a good time because they're not playing well. In the AL West, 18-10 Angels. That is not possible. They do not have the pitching to have more than 10 wins. But they are not the only one. The Houston Astros, they're not going to have more than 10 wins either. That whole division is messed up and rigged. The Rangers are going to be above 500. They are not. Mariners are going to be above 500. They are not. So the whole division right now is being probably rigged by the juice balls and everything because you look at the parks they're in. Let's take a look at the NL. See the Mets up 19-9. That's worse record than the Yankees. Yankees are their .720 winning percentage. Even the 19-8 by the Brewers is worse than the Yankees. And by the way, how did the Brewers and Mets get better than the Yankees? Get more wins than the Yankees? They were sitting at 16 wins 2 days ago when the Yankees also had 2 games rained out. Also, they have more wins than the Yankees. Neither of them played 3 games in the last 2 days. Something fishy going on here. Look down the best record in the NL. It's actually the Dodgers 17-7. But the Mets lead the division by 6 games. It's a little bit fishy because the Braves are 7 out. The Marlins are second place in that division, which is fishy. The Phillies being 11-15 is unbelievably fishy. That offense is so good, the Phillies should have the exact opposite record according to the metrics. They should be 15-11 at worst, if not somewhere around 17-9. The Mets, by the way, should be about 13-15 right now, according to the metrics. I've got that up on my screen. You can't see that part of it. Because of the 96 runs allowed by the Mets, and the Mets are not good enough to score anywhere near 128 runs. Not good enough to even score 100 runs yet. They don't have the bats. So a lot of fish shenanigans going on in the NL East. NL Central, the Brewers, 19-8. Again, they've only played 23 games. How the heck do they have a record for 25 or 27, whatever it is? They should be 15-8. If not 17-8, somewhere right in there. There's something weird going on there. The Cardinals are not going to be above 500, yet they are. Of course, the Pirates lost to the Reds today. Then you have the Cubs at 9-16. The Cubs should have the exact opposite record. They're good enough to have the exact opposite record, I'm telling you. Something fishy going on there. Then, of course, you got the Dodgers up a half game on the Padres. Look at the Giants back in 4th place, barely above 500. They're behind the Rockies. The Rockies are not going to be above 500. Padres winning at a suspicious clip as well. Of course, Diamondbacks above 500 as well. How is that whole division above 500? When three of those teams, the three bottom ones, are not going to be anywhere near 500, let alone over 500. So let's look at the standings. We'll go to the wrap-up of question and answer session. Nobody's asked any questions yet, so I guess we'll stand by, see if a question comes in. But that is what we were going to talk about today. Took a little bit longer than I was expecting, actually, but yeah. So, let's go ahead and do a scoreboard rundown while I wait for questions to come in. Click on that. There we go. Dodgers shut out the Cubs 7-0. No team is good enough to shut out the Cubs, period. No team. Let alone the Dodgers. That's fishy. Should have been about 7-2. I'm not saying the Cubs should have won. Should have been 7-2. Detroit leads Houston 2-1. In the middle of 5th, White Sox, Red Sox tied at 0. And of course, the Reds beat the Pirates 9-2 by 7 runs. Minnesota shut out Oakland 1-0. Toronto beat Cleveland 8-3, and they play again, by the way. They're doing a doubleheader today. Doubleheader. Let's hope Cleveland wins the nightcap and hope the Yankees out. Cincinnati and Pittsburgh are doing a doubleheader as well. They were doing a makeup game. They have a second one today. St. Louis versus San Francisco later on. Milwaukee versus Atlanta. Colorado versus Arizona. The Padres hosting the Marlins. Nationals clear across the country in Anaheim. Tampa Bay at Seattle. Seattle should be pounding Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay's not good to touch Seattle. And they've got a couple of postponements here. The Mets and Phillies game was postponed. Kansas City and Baltimore's game was postponed. So there you have that. So we're talking baseball, about all the baseball stories. Not seeing a lot of baseball stuff right now. There's a lot of games going on that. The Kentucky Derby's coming up here at about an hour away from post time. See here, number 1 Twins prospect Royce Lewis connected for his first major league double today. Where do these teams keep finding these hitters? Just bring them up, they just suspiciously get hits.
Toward the scoreboard, and off the wall, Lewis to second.
A little bit fishy. Hit it to right center, and he's not enough for opposite field power, so. Buster Posey was different his MVP year. Highest single season OPS plus. OPS plus one of the most rigged stats ever. One of the most rigged. All metrics are rigged towards whoever's using them, and they're biases. But OPS one of the most rigged stats ever. Yogi Berra had the best offensive season ever for a catcher. They don't even list him on the single season OPS stats. It's ridiculous. That's how rigged it is. Frank Schwindel's answering questions on Sunday Night Baseball. So I want to drop a question. I'll get to retweet the link. You can do that. That's the Cubs' first baseman switch hitter. Now, I played a softball game today with 2 for 5 at the plate, but the fishy thing to me was I kept squaring the ball up and it wouldn't go anywhere. It's just a jam shot off my bat, and I have the barrel of the bat. I could show you where the nicks were. Right here. So hit right there. That's the barrel of the bat. Barrel of the bat starts down here. That one about 10 feet. There's another one here. Where is it? Right there. Straight up barrel of the bat. But I couldn't get out of the infield for some reason. And there's another one here. Another one right here. There's right down there. We're still in the barrel of the bat. Yeah, that dented the bat. I might not want to use this bat again. Okay, no, it didn't dent. But all three barreled the bat. And I couldn't get the ball in the infield. And that was on the right side of the plate. On the left side, I was 2 for 2. I had 2 singles. I grounded past the first baseman. So, feel free to answer a question. I'll be live for a few more minutes. Yeah, Mariners just confirmed. Welcome to Seattle, George Kirby, the right-hand pitcher. He'll be on the mound tomorrow. Exciting for Mariners fans. How about this one? Daniel Vogelbach off Luis Cessa, the former Yankee, now Reds pitcher. 107 or 6 miles an hour off the bat, 36-degree launch angle. All three metrics had 99% chance to get over the fence. It was a flyout. Didn't get to the warning track. Dead ball era moment. I'm going to retweet that so you can see that. The MLB is rigging games with the balls. They're straight up rigging games with these balls. This needs to be stopped. By the way, there are rumblings Utah Jazz will sell the name Jazz back to the New Orleans basketball team. Let it be New Orleans Jazz again down there. Those rumblings popped up last year about this time. They're back. Something there. Will Crow pitched for the Pirates today. First time I've seen him playing. Brian Hayes entered today ranked 10th in average exit velocity, 90 miles per hour. Then will bump up the 99 mile per hour single to drive in Ben Gamble and tie the game up at 2. Now, what the heck is going on here? Ben Gamble's listed on the Cubs roster right now. Why is he playing for the Pirates? Something fishy's going on here. Wow. Robert Perez called out a strike to the pitch 8 inches out of the zone, screwed over a Reds rally, or they might have had a chance to score more runs. I believe Miguel Cabrera will be retiring after this season, by the way. He'll join Albert Pujols. That is a belief, nothing confirmed. That's just a belief around the game for people who talk to his agent, and I'm one of those. I messaged his agents after I heard about it, and they didn't shoot it down. He said he's still deciding his future, but didn't say that was wrong, which tells me, yeah, more likely than not is where they put on that one. In case you're wondering, there's a Pirates catching injury. They'll have plenty of time to get a catcher in town for the nightcap. Lots of doubleheaders going on this weekend. Lots of them. There'll be more coming this season. There could be a record amount of double headers this year. You know why. I'm not even going to say why. Breaking news from the TheKingSource first. I'm about to tweet this out, but Dansby Swanson is being investigated for hit and run in his Fiat. He will miss the start of tonight's game due to this. Investigated for hit and run. That is a criminal charge. That is a jail sentence of 2 years if found guilty. I'm going to drop this on my Braves fan brother. She's got some breaking news. First from the TheKingSource. Fiats are small cars, so even that you can leave damage and it still hit and run. Even if you bounced off and didn't leave any damage. Which is still a felony. So we're going to wind this down just to see if there's anything else. Again, we got the Kentucky Derby coming up here at the top of the hour. My pick, by the way. Oh, I just forgot who the name of the horse. Let's go here. It's something to do with earthquakes. The name is like an earthquake. No, Epicenter. Epicenter. The name of the horse is the one I picked to win. Joe Rosario jockey, trainer Steve Osmussen. Just kind of give you a little insight there if you're wondering. I think that's it. We'll go ahead and wind this one down. Hope you had fun watching it. This show's on every Saturday. I invite all to come join. And the King Source members to like the video, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, leave comments in the comment section below. Helps everybody out. Have a great day, everybody.